Has the consultancy industry lost its creativity and why? Introduction. The consultancy industry has long been regarded as a driver of innovation and strategic insight for businesses and governments across the globe. From the big names such as McKinsey & Company, Boston Consulting Group, and Bain & Company, to the thousands of boutique consultancies that operate across various sectors, the role of consultants has traditionally been to inject fresh thinking, problem-solving expertise, and objective analysis into complex challenges. However, in recent years, a growing number of critics, scholars, and industry veterans have raised concerns that the consultancy industry is becoming increasingly stagnant, formulaic, and risk-averse. This has led to an important and timely question: has the consultancy industry lost its creativity, and if so, why? This essay explores this question by examining the evolving nature of creativity in consultancy, the structural and cultural dynamics that may be stifling innovation, and the broader business environment in which consultants now operate. Through this analysis, we seek not only to assess whether creativity has diminished within the industry, but also to explore the systemic factors that may have contributed to such a decline. 1. Defining creativity in the context of consultancy. Before evaluating whether creativity has been lost, it is important to clarify what we mean by creativity in a consultancy context. Creativity in consulting does not simply refer to artistic or abstract thinking. Rather, it encompasses the ability to approach problems with original ideas, develop innovative strategies, challenge conventional wisdom, and deliver bespoke, forward-thinking solutions that break from the status quo. Traditionally, consultants have played the role of disruptors, identifying inefficiencies, questioning ingrained business practices, and proposing bold transformations. Creativity in this domain is often measured by the capacity to deliver unique value and insight to clients, especially in areas such as business model innovation, digital transformation, organizational restructuring, and customer engagement. 2. Signs of a creative decline. There are growing signs that the consultancy industry may be experiencing a creative malaise. One of the most frequently cited concerns is the increased reliance on standardized frameworks, methodologies, and data analytics tools. While these tools offer consistency and efficiency, they also risk reducing problem solving to a formulaic process. Clients are increasingly reporting that different consultancy firms offer near identical recommendations, often supported by the same case studies and best practice benchmarks. A related concern is the overdependence on PowerPoint presentations and template deliverables. Consultants often rely on slides that are structured according to predictable models such as SWOT analyses, Porter's 5 forces, and the 7S framework, which, while useful, may limit deeper or more innovative thinking. Furthermore, the frequent recycling of past case studies and solutions from one client to another raises ethical and intellectual questions about originality. Perhaps most worryingly, a risk-averse mindset appears to have permeated many consultancy firms. In an increasingly litigious and reputation-sensitive environment, consultants may be discouraged from proposing bold, untested solutions that could fail or attract controversy. This conservatism, while understandable from a risk management perspective, can be toxic to creativity. 3. The rise of process over purpose. Another contributor to the perceived loss of creativity in consultancy is the increasing dominance of process over purpose. Modern consultancy engagements are often structured according to rigid timelines, work streams, deliverables, and sign-off procedures. While this project management discipline is essential in large-scale transformations, it can also hinder free-flowing ideation and spontaneous exploration. In many firms, consultants are trained to follow set methods from day one, a practice that can constrain the intellectual freedom and experimental mindset that creativity requires. This is especially evident in larger consultancies, where junior consultants are often tasked with conducting desk research, performing analysis using predetermined tools, and producing documentation according to firm templates. The result is a mechanistic culture in which novelty is neither expected nor encouraged. This process-oriented culture is exacerbated by client expectations. Many clients, particularly in large corporates or government bodies, are themselves risk-averse and prefer safe, data-driven recommendations. This reinforces a feedback loop in which consultants are rewarded for compliance rather than creativity. 4. The commercialization of consultancy. The growing commercialization of the consultancy sector may also be partly to blame. Over the past 2 decades, many consultancy firms have pursued aggressive growth strategies, seeking to scale their operations, expand into new markets, and maximize profit margins. This shift has been accompanied by a move towards selling packaged solutions, off-the-shelf services, and repeatable IP-based offerings. For instance, many firms now offer proprietary diagnostic tools, software platforms, or subscription-based advisory services that promise rapid insights. While these innovations are commercially attractive, they may come at the cost of creative thinking. When consultants are incentivized to sell existing solutions rather than co-create new ones with clients, the space for ingenuity narrows. This issue is compounded by the rise of solution factories within large firms, centralized teams that produce standardized outputs, case studies, or slide decks that consultants can customize for client engagements. Though efficient, these factories can reduce the need for frontline consultants to think critically or creatively about client problems. 5. Talent dynamics and cultural homogeneity. The nature of talent acquisition and development in the consultancy industry also warrants scrutiny. Many top firms recruit from a narrow pool of elite universities and MBA programs, valuing high academic performance, analytical rigor, and structured thinking. While these attributes are important, they may not correlate strongly with creative ability. Furthermore, the consultancy industry's culture often prizes conformity, politeness, and client-pleasing behavior. Junior consultants quickly learn that challenging senior colleagues, questioning assumptions, or presenting unorthodox ideas can be career-limiting. This creates an echo chamber in which original thinking is neither nurtured nor rewarded. Diversity, both demographic and cognitive, plays a crucial role in fostering creativity. Yet despite recent progress in hiring for diversity, many consultancy firms still struggle with homogeneity of thought. When teams are composed of individuals with similar backgrounds, training, and worldviews, the likelihood of creative friction which drives innovation diminishes. 6. The impact of technology and data analytics. Paradoxically, the increasing reliance on data analytics and digital tools while enhancing precision and insight may also be dampening creativity in consultancy. Advanced analytics platforms, dashboards, and AI-driven tools allow consultants to generate highly detailed assessments of business performance. However, this focus on quantitative data can overshadow the importance of qualitative insight, human intuition, and imaginative thinking. Moreover, the use of predictive models and machine learning algorithms can encourage a backward-looking mindset. These tools rely on historical data and trends, which may not account for future disruptions or novel strategies. If consultants become overly dependent on what the data says, they may lose the inclination to ask what if, or to envision radically different futures. 7. The changing nature of client needs. It is also worth considering how the demands of clients themselves have evolved. In today's fast-paced and uncertain business environment, many clients are focused on short-term results, operational efficiency, and risk minimization. This often translates into consultancy briefs that emphasize cost-cutting, compliance, and incremental improvement rather than transformative change. Additionally, as many organizations have developed internal strategy or transformation teams, the role of external consultants has shifted. Rather than being brought in as visionaries or change agents, consultants are increasingly used to validate internal thinking, manage projects, or implement predefined solutions. This more transactional role diminishes the scope for original contribution. 8. The exceptions, where creativity still thrives. Despite these challenges, it would be inaccurate to declare creativity dead across the entire consultancy landscape. Some firms, particularly boutique consultancies, innovation labs, and design thinking specialists, continue to push creative boundaries. Companies like IDEO, Fahrenheit 212, now part of Capgemini, and What If, part of Accenture, are notable examples of consultancies that blend strategy with creativity and design. Moreover, some larger firms have taken steps to reintroduce creativity through the acquisition of creative agencies, design studios, or digital specialists. McKinsey's acquisition of Luna, a design consultancy, or Accenture's investment in Fjord, reflect efforts to diversify and deepen creative capability. Consultants who focus on sustainability, digital transformation, or customer experience often find themselves operating in more innovative terrain, where new thinking is essential. These domains require the synthesis of data, empathy, and experimentation, all hallmarks of creativity. Conclusion: a qualified yes. So, has the consultancy industry lost its creativity? The answer is a qualified yes. While creativity has not disappeared entirely, and pockets of innovation still exist, the industry as a whole appears to have become more procedural, risk-averse, and commercially driven. The dominance of standardized methodologies, combined with a cultural aversion to dissent, the prioritization of efficiency, and the narrowing of client expectations, has contributed to a stifling environment for creative thinking. However, this trend is not irreversible. If consultancy firms are willing to re-examine their hiring practices, reward systems, and cultural norms, and if clients demand more than just safe, data-driven answers, the industry could experience a renaissance of creativity. Encouraging diverse perspectives, fostering psychological safety, and embracing experimentation will be crucial to this revival. In an era of rapid disruption, artificial intelligence, climate change, and geopolitical volatility, clients need more than best practices and benchmarks. They need bold, imaginative, and adaptive thinking. The future of consultancy and its continued relevance may well depend on its ability to reclaim and reinvigorate its creative roots.